A few years ago, a music teacher in Wisconsin claimed that a young, sandy-haired man named Lester Paul would never be a success in the music business. We would like for you to meet this so-called failure. Les Paul, it's nice to have you with us today.
Well, thanks for the big build-up. Bob, I'd like to have you meet Mary.
Mary Ford, it's nice to have you with us today.
Thank
Les,
you.
tell us about the music teacher that claimed you would never make it.
Well, when I was just a little youngster...
Do you have an hour?
Yeah, we have an hour. Go ahead.
Mother sent me to a guitar school, and this lady was very hard of hearing. This is a true story. And so I found that it was easier. I could hear the pupil in ahead of me practicing his lesson.
Uh-huh.
And so I went in and played it by ear. And she used to just kind of watch the fingers go and everything, and she was sort of on the braille side because she was very hard of hearing.
Uh-huh.
And I got away with it for quite a while until I was first up with the lesson.
And there was nobody ahead of you.
And there was nobody ahead, see? So after about the first or second lesson, I didn't go very far. She pinned it right on my lapel and sent me home saying to my mother, I think you better save your money.
Never be a success.
No.
She's teaching at Juilliard now, huh?
I guess you sent her the sales figures from you had a good year in 1951, 6 million records that year. Did you send her the figures?
No, I didn't, but my mother told me that up in Waukesha, she has my picture there in her studio. Uh-huh.
That's wonderful. It's a wonderful story, too. Les Paul and Mary Ford look like they've got a big hit in Miami Town, your brand new release for Columbia Records. And before we play that, there are some other songs we'd like to talk about. Mary, suppose we ask you, how did you all happen to make the switch from Capitol just recently to Columbia, since this is your first release for the Columbia people?
Well, we always did like Columbia, and we were 3,000 miles away from Capitol Studios, and we'd been living in New Jersey for the past 6 years, and it was kind of hard, getting with the A&R men and everything. So when our contract was up, Mitch Miller lived awfully close.
20 minutes away, probably, huh? So that is a good move. And it looks like it has been, because the ring on my finger that you all have done has received just fantastic reviews in all of the trade journals, as you all both know.
We're very lucky, thanks to you jockeys and the public.
Nice to have you all in Miami. I'd like to go back and pick up one of the Les Paul and Mary Ford tunes that has always been one of my favorites, and I don't know if the public realizes that this sold well over 1 million copies. I Know This World Is Waiting for the Sunrise. Do you know how many exactly?
Well, it's so hard to say, because as time goes on, the foreign sales build up and it becomes a standard item. And the last we heard, for instance, a thing like Via Con Dios was 3.5 million. And World was a million seller maybe in 6 weeks, something like that. What it is now, we don't know.
And you all had a few other million records, Mockingbird, Hill,
How High the Moon,
Tiger Rag.
Let's talk about some of the fantastic effects that you all have gotten from your multiple recordings. Les, I guess you have been sort of the engineering genius behind your recording, haven't you?
Well, I don't know if it's an
It
amateur.
wasn't me.
Something happened.
Could you explain in a layman's terminology what
That's the only way I could do it. Go ahead.
what your recording setup consists of, how you all go about making a record?
Well, if you mean in our home, it's very similar to what we now do on the road. But in our home, if any of the listeners have heard us or seen us, our record, or seen us on TV, we shoot all our TV in our home. We make all our recordings in our home. And when we travel on the road, if we get an idea to make a record, Mary and I have in our hotel room or down behind stage equipment so that we can record. And if we get an idea, why, no matter what time it is or where it is, why we go to work and make it.
How many different soundtracks have you had to make? Let's take the most number of tracks you ever used on a record of just the guitar work. How many would that be?
Well, I'd say it's in the 20s.
20-some tracks to make the musical background. And how about voice-wise, with that 20 instrumental tracks, you would add how many tracks of voice then?
I think that includes the voice. Mary, you'd have to refresh my memory.
There was one we did that was never released that was over 20.
It was 21 or something like that before we even got warm.
Just warming up.
Yeah, for the layman, what it is that all the voices on the record that they hear are just Mary. and all the guitars I play on the record. And if you hear bass fiddles and drums and things like that, it's all done with the guitar.
Every sound is a guitar.
And
on your records.
Mary sounds like a man, and she
Except
sounds
there were a
like,
few where you used a piano.
well,
Old-fashioned piano.
that was, but they didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, that's right.
But nothing happened, huh?
But
That's true.
99, let's put it this way, 99% of the recordings are all just Mary and I.
Well, the most recent that you have for Columbia, was this done at home or?
Yes.
How many tracks went into this? Do you know offhand?
Oh.
Put a ring on
We
my
lose
fingers.
track of 'em.
I bet you do.
We don't even count anymore because it used to be very serious because of the loss of quality. This would be like a photographer that takes a picture of a picture of a picture of a picture, and each time the flaws would become exaggerated. Well, now we have special machinery built where they just stack right from the ceiling to the floor, and this equipment does it all at once.
So you almost
So
live
you
in
don't
one
lose the
big
quality.
You live in one big sound
Yeah,
studio.
that's right.
huh?
Bass drum.
It's pretty funny when you come over to the house. You see nothing but machinery.
You use this machinery on stage too, in assistance to your live work. You use some tape recording behind your work.
Well, it isn't quite just a tape recording. We use the orchestra live, and Mary and I perform live. But besides that, we have what I kid around with a little box called a Les Pulverizer, and it actually has 13
Pulverizer.
conductors of wire in it. That means there's 13 pairs in there that control with relays everything that we want to do on the stage. And when we want to do Tennessee Waltz, if we press a button, we can make one voice, two voice, three voice, four voices, a glee club.
That's fantastic.
And if we want to take one guitar and make it into two guitars or three guitars, we do it right there on the stage.
Les
So
Paul
that
and
we-
Mary Ford, the musical robots on stage, huh?
Yeah.
It's a
With
lot
all
of
the
fun.
machinery. By the way, Les and Mary are currently knocking them dead at La Ronde of the Fontainebleau in Miami town. And, of course, I guess the best way to explain it is to have the people come in and see you. You'll be there through Sunday evenings, through this Sunday evening at the
Monday.
Fontainebleau, won't you?
Won't we?
I think
Are
they're
they
closed
closed
Monday
Monday?
night.
Oh, then we're
Well,
closed Sunday.
they were a wonderful audience last night, and I just...
Sure were.
Big opening. Well, we want to
Love
invite
it.
everybody in Miami town to drop by and see you. Les Paul and Mary Ford are with us this afternoon, and a real pleasure having you two people with us.
Thank you.
I want to get some opinions. Mary, who is your favorite male vocalist?
Male vocalist?
Uh-huh.
Well, naturally, Crosby, I think, is the greatest. But I like Sinatra, too.
Uh-huh. Among the females, who do you like to listen to?
Well, Ella Fitzgerald and Patti Page.
And who's the greatest guitarist in the world
Oh,
today?
well, Les Paul.
Naturally.
Now let go of my arm.
I'm not even near you, huh?
Lester, who would be your favorite male talent, vocal talent?
I like Bing #1 because I've worked with him so many years, and he's just tremendous. And the second in line, I used to drive home with him in Chicago for so many years, and we kind of...
Oh, Perry.
Perry Como,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
which we think is so great.
He's wonderful. I'm glad to hear somebody once in a while change it from the old story of Sinatra and Ella Fitzgerald, because
Yes,
there's,
they always...
I mean, not to knock Sinatra or Ella Fitzgerald because they're great, but there are other fine talents
Sure.
around.
Perry is just such a wonderful person, too.
And sings great,
yeah.
too.
Great entertainer. What would you all do now for
Oh, you
Columbia?
didn't ask me for my girl vocals.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I take it for
okay.
granted who is the...
All right.
One thing I wanted to ask about your new association with Columbia. Will you all be doing an album for them anytime soon?
We have 3
Yes.
going.
3 albums?
3 in the making right now. One's half finished.
You all must be busy. How long does it take to cut an album?
The idea is the hardest
What
part.
takes so long?
You mean a general theme for the album? Is that what you
Oh,
mean
more
by
than that,
idea?
the sound, the whole basis. To walk in and turn the machinery on and record it or play it is the simplest part. It's easy to play it. It's tough to think of it and make one note count. That's the hard way. This is, you know.
Les,
like a
we
great
have
picture.
trouble here with 2 tape machines and 4 turntables. Remind me never to drop into your home, will you?
Well, if you do, bring your coveralls.
Les and Mary, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
Very much. Thank you.
Bye bye.